Hi you guys, this is Misty with Cancerian Chronicles. Welcome or welcome back. So we are doing a pick an image reading. So just a fun little reading. You're going to see 3 images. Pick the one that calls to you the most. And there's going to be a message for you. It doesn't matter what your sun sign is or anything like that. It's just whatever pile calls to you the most. So my readings are for current and future energy. So I hope you enjoy, but let me know that you've enjoyed this reading by hitting the thumbs up, as well as leaving me a comment so that I know that the messages resonate and that you enjoy this type of reading. All right, so here we go. Okay, starting off with image 1, we have the pendulum and the pendulum board that says, what should I do to feel good right now? So let's go ahead and let's see what the pendulum has to say. I'm being guided to the left. If you can see the hard swing that it's doing towards the left. Okay, where are we? No. Oh, wow. Okay, so here we are. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but for image 1, the guidance is for you to call a friend. Let's see if we have any channeled messages that go along with that. Before I could even finish saying what I had to say, there's something to do with, I'm hearing we miss you, so it may actually be more than one friend for some of you guys. This could be a friend that, you know, maybe you had, I'm hearing, do you remember the time? So this could have been an old, like a friend from your childhood, or, you know, it's been many moons or it's been many years since you've spoken to this friend or to this friend group. I'm hearing something about life of the party. So I don't know if like you were the life of the party, or if they're looking at it as, or, you know, maybe that's how you're going to recognize like who this person or these people are specifically. They were the life of the party. I really feel like it was you, even though I'm hearing the word recluse. You might be someone that you pull back your energy quite a bit, especially when you need to just kind of recuperate. There's something to do with you having to recuperate. So I don't feel like you're necessarily an introvert. I just feel like, you know, maybe you pick up a lot of energy and so you pull back quite a bit, and you may have pulled your energy back all the way, maybe not understanding, you know, why it was that you were tired all the time, or why you felt drained or something to that effect. I'm hearing misunderstanding. So there could have been a misunderstanding between you and this friend, or you and this friend group, and someone, I'm hearing make amends. Someone actually wants to make amends because they may feel like, you know, they played a part in, you know, what the misunderstanding, like what happened. Okay. I'm seeing there's something to do with like a sequential order. Like they feel like, you know, maybe, I don't know. It's just like, I see, you know, because of X, you know, Y happened and then Z. I mean, I don't know. It's just like someone feels like they could have responded in a different way, or someone could have done something in a different way, or someone could have treated you in a different way. Someone may not have given you an opportunity to express yourself. I'm hearing express yourself, or to give your side of a story on something. If that makes any sense to any of you guys, you may not have felt like you needed to explain anything whatsoever. So, you know, I don't know. I'm going to move these over really quick, and we're going to look and see what cards you have. Let's see. Okay, so the first card that you have is the Moon. And this is about something in your subconscious. Something could be calling you to open yourself back up. Somebody that you used to, I mean, this is someone that you used to know, or look, we have a painful ending with this 10 of Swords, and then we have the Emperor, which is stability. I feel like whoever this friend or this friend group is, like, Not only were you the life of the party, it's kind of like maybe you were the glue that held something together. I feel like it's almost like, you know, those boy bands or girl bands. It's like when one person leaves the group just inevitably, you know, I'm hearing the word indubitably, but the group just falls apart. Like it doesn't last for very long because a key person, a critical person within the actual group that was holding the group together parted ways. Okay. I'm hearing through no fault of your own, so it's not about fault, but it could have been like with the Ten of Swords. This is typically about a painful ending, but it's something that had to happen. And I don't know, like I'm not trying to say that it had to happen for you and your growth. It may not have had anything to do with you or your growth whatsoever, so maybe that's why you don't quite understand it. It could be for some of you guys that it really wasn't for you to understand. Someone else within the group dynamic had to, you know, do some growing up or some learning or some soul searching or something to that effect. Okay, and it may not, you know, take away the pain from whatever this ending was, but I feel like it might bring some type of understanding to, you know, what went on or what took place behind the scenes. Okay. And the bottom line, though, is what you really need to know is, you know, I'm hearing something about like getting the group back. I really do feel like, you know, getting back with this person or with this group, recovering this group dynamic, it actually is for your benefit. Like it's going to benefit you quite a bit. Okay. I feel like you're going to gain a lot from, you know, getting the group back together, so to speak. Yeah. Okay. So we have we have the Walker, which says the unknown and a journey. We also have the Patron, which is in reverse, which is mentorship and finances. And let's do this. And then we have the Hunter, sure-footedness and predestination. This was, whether you want to hear it or not, I feel like with this subconscious, I feel like I don't feel like you're going to fight against it so much, because I feel like you actually already know this deep down. Like, to be honest, that like this is just, you know, it was meant to happen. I feel like you all learned something from, you know, whatever happened, from whatever this incident was. But I really don't feel like I'm here, like it wasn't really your fight necessary. It wasn't really about your growth. Yeah. And so just kind of keep that in mind. But I do feel like whoever this person is, okay, so listen, I feel like this is a group of, like, maybe you guys were all like really different, or, you know, this is a person that was real, like their personality is really different from yours, or like a whole group. It's like, you know, you each have something different that you bring, like a unique viewpoint or skill set that you bring to a table. For some of you guys, this is interesting. You might actually get together and start some type of, I'm hearing community, but also this is about like you guys might actually get together and start like some type of business. Whatever it is, even within the community, this is something where you're actually going to be making money. So when I said earlier that whether you want to admit it or not, like whether you know this or not, this is something that is actually going to be like really in your favor. I feel like financially speaking, like I feel like there's something that you're missing. Like especially if you're starting a business, or you're trying to do something like some type of project, or, you know, maybe you're trying to pivot when it comes to like your career or something to that effect, something that you're missing. I feel like this patron is in reverse because you're missing some type of knowledge or skills that this other person has, or that other people within the group dynamic have, and also something to do with some finances. And no, it's not about you using this person. I feel like within this group dynamic, maybe they are longing for something else or something more as well. But whatever skills, it's kind of like your intuition, your know-how, they are missing this within the group. So they know that something is missing. And I don't even feel like, you know, like I don't feel like they're going to reach out to you, because I really do feel like, you know, soon, I'm hearing soon and very soon, we are going to see the king. I'm hearing that. So take with that whatever you will. But I'm also getting to that, this group or a person within a group or a person may come to you, but it's not so that you can start a project. It's not so you can start a business. They know that something has been missing. They've known it for quite a while. They know that it's been you, that you've been a missing key or a missing piece to their puzzle or to their life. But they don't know anything. I feel like this is something that's just going to happen. Okay. So no one is coming to you for an ulterior motive aside from the fact that they miss you. They really do miss you. Okay. They miss your energy. I hate when people talk about oh, your energy is, but it's yeah, they're going to use you, for your energy typically is what that means. But I feel like this is you guys all have to, I'm hearing lean on me. You all are going to have to use one another for something. And it is for a greater purpose. It's for a greater good. It's for a greater project. It's for greater, finances and bank account and, whatever budgeting, or I don't know. But this is definitely going to work in your favor. It's going to work in all of your favors. Okay. And it might feel a little bit foreign to you because especially with this walker, the unknown and a journey, if you've been walking your journey pretty much solo, especially since this fallout or whatever happened, you may be the type of person that, maybe you make friends, here and there. But for the most part, you walk your path alone. So this might feel a little bit foreign to you, but just, the guidance is for you to open up to that. Okay. Okay. What else do we have? We have Archway, which says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. I'm telling you, and look at that. This is with the unknown and a journey. We have Flute. It says disappointments in a friend or a lover. Yeah, this was a group or a person, that this was a friend, for some of you guys, it could have been a lover, but someone disappointed you. Someone may have broke your heart, so to speak, because there was something to do with maybe they didn't believe in you or they didn't support you or they weren't there for you when you needed them the most, in your opinion or the way that you felt about it. Right. And not to say that you're wrong or, anything like that. This is just, remember, everyone experiences life and, situations in different ways. Okay. So I'm hearing, just hear me out. So maybe you do need to hear someone out, but we do have Star and it says guaranteed success. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with whatever this is. You cannot and will not go wrong by, taking a risk or, walking this path of this journey or opening yourself to it. Okay. Yeah. And then your final card, it says, I am blessed. I'm hearing, don't know what you've got till it's gone. So this could be a person or a group of people, a dynamic that they didn't know what they had until, it was gone. Right. So, yeah. Anything else? Anything else for image 1? Nope. That's what we have. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you and have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now. Okay, image 2, we are starting your reading off with the pendulum and the pendulum board here that says, what should I do to feel good right now? So let's go ahead and let's dive in. What should image 2 do to feel good right now? There's a little bit of confusion. Okay. Okay. What should image 2? I don't know if you're struggling with deciding something, like making a decision. What are we doing? I feel like this is something that's hard for you. Interesting. It is, I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is meditate. You might be struggling with making a really important decision. It could be you're just struggling with making all kinds of different decisions. Like maybe you're feeling like you've been kind of knocked off course, or, you know, something like that. I'm hearing the word frenzy. You may feel like, you know, things have been just kind of, I'm hearing up in the air, but also up in a frenzy. Yeah. Someone could be suffering from, you know, and I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but someone could be suffering from like anxiety or like panic, or maybe when it comes time for you to make a decision, when it comes to something, you feel like you freeze or you panic, or, you know, there's something to do with that. So, you know, just starting off, it could be that you need to meditate. Maybe you need to sleep on it, or like meditate before you make any major decisions. Any final decisions? I'm hearing, is that your final answer? If you guys remember that I think it was like a game show. Yeah. But I also feel like this has something to do with self-care. I'm being guided to the word self-care. I feel like this is something that is just really important, like for you. It's a really important, for some of you guys, it needs to be a part of like your everyday ritual. I'm hearing ritualistic. There's something to do with like you need to make this a habit, or you need to make this a ritual. It could be before you even get up out of bed, you know, maybe like you don't have to make it anything, you know, all long and drawn out or fancy, but it could just be before you jump out of bed, right? You take just a few moments of just quiet. Or it could be for some of you guys, you know, before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, like, you know, when your mind is starting to clear. For a lot of you guys, I really feel like this has to do with like you need to do this after you've slept on some things. But for some of you guys, like maybe you want to just kind of, you know, clear your mind before bed and kind of put it on, you know, front of mind, like have it at the front of your mind. For some of you guys, you might have certain dreams that are going to help you. Just a word of advice. I don't know why I'm guided to say this, but some of you guys, like if you've been experiencing some type of nightmares, or they feel, you know, like they're not just like the coziest types of dreams that you're wanting to have, it just could be, I feel like your brain is trying to clear out some clutter, some mess, some of that anxiety. So when you're feeling anxious, sometimes your dreams kind of manifest in like there's something to do with like a haphazard scenes or scenery, or, you know, yeah. And so there could be just, you know, it's causing dreams that, you know, kind of hard for you to decipher, maybe. I don't know. Someone needs to set an intention before actually going to bed. Like especially, again, I'm getting like maybe you're trying to decide something or some things that are really important, and so before you go to bed, you know, I said when you're clearing your mind, just kind of make the intention, like think about what the problem is, and you know, make the intention that, you know, when you go to sleep, and when you wake up, like you have, you know, a clear solution to whatever the problem is, or a clear answer, or, you know, you gain some type of clarity. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I'm hearing the word spiritual. So some of you guys might be quite spiritual, or, you know, like that's something that's developing for you and you're not aware of that, or you were not aware of it, or, you know, I don't know. But we have 3 of Wands, which says expansion. I feel like some of your gifts could be kind of like opening up, or you have some type of opportunities that are trying to open up for you. But it's like, it depends on, you have to be sure about what you want. So there's something to do with like you needing some type of clarity. Hold on, things look really dark. That's interesting. Things now look really dark on this. I'm looking at the screen and it won't get any lighter than that. This thing is really dark. Sorry, you guys. I don't know. I don't know if that brightened it up any, but yeah. Someone could feel like they're just kind of in a dark space or place. But I don't feel like that's necessarily what this is. Like, you know, maybe you're misunderstanding like what's happening. Let's see. Yeah. We have Princess of Swords, which is about observation. And we have the Fool, which is you embracing the unknown. There's something to do with, I don't know if you have had a history of just like reacting or knee-jerk responses or reactions. But now there's like a nervousness when it comes to like making decisions, because maybe it's almost like every time you made a decision, I'm hearing oops upside the head. I say oops upside the head. I say oops upside the head. That was an old song, I know, but maybe you kind of got a slap on the wrist or something like that, like something backfired. And the point of that was like maybe the universe, spirit, the Most High, your guides, your ancestors, whatever it is that you believe, they needed you to grow in that area. Like they're needing you to take a little bit more time to observe what is going on around you, or like to see the fine print, or, you know, read between the lines, so to speak. So, you know what? I don't know if you have been experiencing, you know, people kind of taking advantage of you. And maybe, you know, something had to happen where the universe has to step in to say, you know what, enough is enough. And maybe you had just like a series of, you know, I don't know, things just not happening in your favor, or serious kickback, or serious, you know, backfire type energy. And so now there's like a fear or a panic or anxiety when it comes to, you know, like, you know, like, it's not funny, so that's nervous laughter, but it's kind of like, instead of you going from like you're going from jumping and reacting, like having quick reaction, quick responses, and not looking at the fine print, not reading between the lines, not observing your surroundings, that type of a thing, to now you're overly conscious, you're overly cautious. Like you're taking way too long. And so there's something to do with like, you just need to learn, you know, there's like, this feels like a ping pong type energy. Like you're needing to learn how to balance that type of energy. So something could have happened that kind of broke your confidence, like the level of confidence that you have within yourself or within your decision-making abilities. And it came from, you know, maybe just like a series of, I keep saying like backfires. Yeah. Here we have the Queen, which is determination and sacrifice. We have the Acolyte, which is new projects and learning. And then we have the Aspirant, which is ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Yeah. So whatever setbacks you experienced, like it wasn't meant, like, again, they're not meant to get you to go completely recluse and go completely in your shell. This was, you know, something to do with like building your character. Because I feel like they're going to be, okay, so I'm feeling like you may have either some very serious projects, like whether this has to do with work or business or even relationships. Like it's almost like you're going to have to choose between 2 or 3 things, 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3, you know, I don't know what it is for you, but you're going to have to choose, and you can't go with like the first thing, you know, the first thing that you see, or the first pitch that you hear, or the first, you know, ring that is bestowed upon you. I mean, I don't know why I said it that way, but like you're going to have to give some actual thought to something. Like you can't just react, you know, just off of a whim, because whatever this is, I feel like, yeah. I feel like there's something that you may not see it, right? But it's like, whatever this is, if you select one, like based off of how it looks, I'm hearing how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, right? Let's find out. It's almost like if you're not taking time to get to the center of this Tootsie Pop, whatever this is, this relationship, this person, this business, this, contract or something like that, like you're going to be giving something up that you never intended to give up. And I feel like, I'm hearing all is fair in love and war. So, I don't know. So I feel like someone knows that you're going to be giving something up that's important to you, or, something like that, but they're not going to tell you, right? I mean, this is completely off the wall, but, like, it's almost like, you sign up for a loan, for a new car or something like that. And then, it's the first bank to give you an offer. You have 3 banks. One, everything looks pretty much the same, except for, one is at a 3% interest rate. One is at, 4%, and one is at, 6%, right? Now, like immediately you go for the lowest, but that 3% interest rate loan also says that, like you have to give them your firstborn child. Like you have to, it's something weird like that. Or like they sneak in some type of language that says, like your monthly payments are going to be, $250 a month. And they all pretty much say that. But then the one with a 3% interest rate loan says that your final payment is going to be, $10,000. Like it's something weird that you have to like look at the fine print. You have to, go beneath the surface, go dig a little bit deeper before you actually accept something, right? A relationship, like someone is telling you, like they're all saying like really good, things, and, that they love you and accept you for who you are or something like that. But then, secretly one is wanting you to give something up. Like either, if you want kids, they don't, and they're wanting you to give up, like sacrifice motherhood. Or if you love your job, you love working, like, someone is trying to get it to where like they're going to pump you full of babies and you're not going to get to continue on, or they're not going to be supportive of you like working a job. Like, they have some other ideas or plans for you. Like they have some type of fine print that they're not sharing with you, and you're gonna have to dig but a little bit deeper. It's almost like pay attention, because you might be dealing with a person or people or a situation where words and actions do not align, but you're only going to be able to pick up on this if you make, like, you have to observe, you have to look, you have to meditate, you have to be very intentional with whatever this is. Look at that. We have vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. That's interesting. We talked about the anxiety. I don't feel like anyone is against you. I'm not feeling that at all. I feel like you're anxious about, a decision or some decisions that you're having to make or something to that effect. But I do feel like it's not that someone is against you, but if you're not careful, you might settle for someone or something where they're not against you, but they're definitely more for themselves, obviously. Like it's okay if you have to sacrifice something. They're going to be okay with that, and they're not going to share something about that. We have bat, take care, enemies are working against you. Am I wrong? Are there enemies? Because this, hold on. Let me check in, you guys. Let me tap in. Is someone against image 2? It's not that they're against you, but I typically say either you're for me or you're against me. So I guess in that aspect, I feel like this person, like it's almost like someone wants what they want, and they will stop at nothing to get it. Like they're not above like being a little bit conniving to get it. And you have to, like, there's something that you have to observe. I don't know, are you like not paying attention to like a red flag or something to that effect? It's almost like you're looking at a shiny package, or, you know, maybe this hasn't happened yet. It could be like currently happening right now, or it's about to happen in the near future, where you're looking at the shiny, like you're looking at the shiny outside of something, but you need to you need to dig a little bit deeper. Like this is a job where, I don't know why I'm hearing Stepford Wives, you guys. This could be a neighbor, like one of those neighborhoods where it feels too good to be true, and that's because it is, because they're cuckoo. Or like a job where it seems too good to be true, like something feels off about, you know, you went on a job interview for your first interview and everything sounds perfect, but something feels kind of off and you don't know what it is. Like there's something I'm hearing pray about it. So you could be religious, or like that could be a form of, you know, one of your ways that you manifest or that you get insider answers, and maybe you've fallen off on that, but it's either you meditate or you pray about it, but whatever it is that works for you. Because you know that something is off. But I feel like whatever this is, like you have more than one option. Okay, we have finger. It says warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Like, because I feel like it's just really about someone does not care. Like they could know full well like that something is your non-negotiable. We'll say that. Like this, something is your non-negotiable. They know that they have this written in a contract. They know that they have this like planned for you, like within a relationship or something like that. And they're not going to tell you about it. They're just going to go ahead. They feel like you will conform. That's what you will conform. I don't know. But your final card here, it says, I am knowledge, right? I feel like, you know, again, like with this observation and this expansion, I feel like that's what this is, and embracing the unknown. I feel like this is something to, I don't know if you're afraid to dig a little bit deeper, but that is your guidance. You need to dig a little bit deeper with, you know, whatever this problem or situation or relation, like you need to dig a little bit deeper before you make your final decision. Okay. So that's what I have for you, image 2. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you for watching. I love you and have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now. Okay, image 3, we are jumping into your reading, starting off with a pendulum and the pendulum board here that says, what should I do to feel good right now? So let's dive in and let's get started. Okay, where are we headed? Interesting. So where are we headed? This is for image 3. Interesting. You're being, it says cook for yourself. Why? Let's see if we have any channeled messages that go along with this. It says cook for yourself. For some of you guys, I'm initially guided to you have some type of goal that has to do with your health. And so what's going to really help move the needle for you is going to be cooking for yourself. But it almost feels like, you know, especially with it going over this pray quite a bit, I feel like it's not even just about it's almost like a form of meditation. It's almost like a way for you to connect to, like, let's say your ancestors. Okay, I don't know what you believe, but it's almost like, you know, this is a way for you to connect or reconnect with your ancestors. And definitely this is a way for you to connect to who you are at your core. You're, you know, like someone needs to learn or relearn what it is that they truly like. I'm hearing have it your way. There's something to do with like you being able to have some things your way. And the only way to really guarantee that you get things the way that you want, or your way when it comes to like your food, is for you to actually cook it yourself. I also feel like for someone, like maybe you are thinking about dabbling in culinary arts. Yeah, I'm hearing it's a lifestyle, Brian. For some of you guys, you are meant to be like a lifestyle influencer. So I feel like even if it's not just with you cooking, like I feel like let's say you start like a channel or something, like part of it is going to be you cooking, but I feel like there's going to be much more to it than that. And I feel like don't confuse this with like a vlog. I feel like you're actually going to be teaching people important things about lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, Brian. Wow. Yeah, I feel like someone like you're going to be reaching out, or the people that are going to connect with you. It's something to do with like, they feel like they're being haunted. Like, he says, oh, you're haunting this house with your whiteness, right? Stewie from Family Guy. But I feel like people are being haunted by past, habits or something to that effect. Past bad decisions, like they feel like they're being haunted, and you may have suffered, you may still actually be in that, you may still be suffering from it now, but I feel like there's something to do with you being on camera and you starting like your journey, or like teaching others on camera that's going to hold you accountable, or like you're going to learn as you go and you're going to teach as you go with whatever this is that you're learning. I'm hearing the word specifically nutritionist. So some of you guys may either you have something like a degree or a certificate, or that's something that you've always fancied, that you've always been interested in. Someone may have gone to a nutritionist and was like not impressed with what that person said or did. Like you felt like you knew more, like you were much more knowledgeable than them. And you're right. Yeah. It was like, like, oh, I can do this. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I'm here, put up or shut up. No offense, but yeah, you can do better. So I'm feeling like someone is being guided to do better. Yeah. Anything else? Any other channeled messages? You had a lot more channeled messages than images 1 and 2. Okay, that's it for that. Let's check your cards. Okay, yes. We have death, which is transformation. We have 4 of Wands, which is homecoming. Oh, wow. Okay, you have the King of Swords, which is intellect. I'm telling you. And you have 9 of Swords, which is guilt. Listen, I feel like you're going to be able to connect with someone or someone's on a level because you have knowledge of it. You've experienced it before. Like, what it feels like, like what this person is, or these people are thinking. There's something to do with steps of grief. Is it 9 steps of grief? 12 steps of, I don't know. There's something to do with grief. Someone might, I don't know if this is separate, but it might have something to do with grief counseling. Like maybe you experienced, you've had to overcome a lot of losses. You've grieved quite a bit, and you kind of have something down pat. Yeah. Again, like, with this death, this transformation, I feel like it's almost like I'm hearing, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that song, but some of you guys were so close to the edge of like feeling like you weren't going to make it. I don't know, like for everyone that's something different, but some of you guys may have felt like you lost yourself. We have the Waker, which says awareness and reflection. I almost feel like full circle, like someone feels like they lost themselves, or, you know, and it, again, like going back to the culinary arts, like, you know, someone has lost themselves, like you don't recognize who you are, and it has something to do with your health, you know, maybe your weight, you know, something to that effect. For some of you guys, like, you know, you lost so many people and so many things in your life. It's like, you know, you've been in grief mode. It's like loss after loss, hit after hit after hit. And like, it's just like, you know, finally you're able to come back home. You're actually able to come back to yourself. Like, you know, some of you guys may have felt like you would never get the old you back, but you found your way. Yeah. We have the Hound, loyalty, chains, and promises. Some of you guys felt like you may have been bound to something, to bad habits, to certain thoughts, mental anguish, some just being stuck in your head, stuck in your mind. You know, I said stuck in your thoughts. But you've learned something. And it's like, look at all these clouds. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. I feel like what feels like it's taken you a lifetime to recover from, it's like you have the know-how or something to help people recover much more quickly, or to have the support that you never had, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, my battery's low, so let me speed this up. I'm sorry, you guys. We have the King, which is control, reversal of fortune. I feel like for some of you guys, you may feel like you had like a stroke of bad luck, a bad fortune. You felt like things were out of your control, or maybe you feel like, you know, you feel guilty, like there were some things that, you know, maybe you feel like you had a hand in it, and, you know, maybe you should have made different choices or controlled yourself, your urges, or something to that effect. Demi-urge, I don't know what that is. But whatever it is, like, I feel like the tables are turning, but it's not without hard work and dedication. So either this is something that, you know, maybe there's something slipping through your fingers. Like maybe you felt like this has always slipped through your fingers, but something is about to change for you. You're about to experience a major transformation. You are going to come back to who you've always been, or who you were meant to be. And now you have the know-how to help other people. There's something that you're going to be able to speak like your truth, and without shame, without guilt or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. This is, yeah. We have Cain. It says, pay attention to your health. I'm telling you. For some of you guys, you're not going to have a choice. Like you're going to have to, like, you know, maybe it's like now or never. Yeah. We have gavel, involvement with the law. I don't know if some of you guys had a close call for something. For some of you guys, maybe you went through, like you experienced something, and like, what? Legislative? That's not the law, is it? Legislative branch? I don't know why I'm hearing something about the legislative branch. I thought that was judicial. I think they all have something to do with the law, you guys. I'm sorry. so did not care about government and history and whatnot. Probably should. Judicial enforces the law. Legislative makes the law. Someone interprets the law. Someone makes the law. Someone enforces the law. That's all I know. We have horse, which is a short journey. It may not have felt like a short journey to you. It might, look, that horse looks really tired. It might have felt like this was something that has been taking place or has gone on. I'm hearing on and on and on and on. You feel like, something was never going to, like, maybe you felt like you would never make your way back. Yeah. I feel like for some of you guys, yeah, I mean, well, it's the same thing. It's like you lost yourself in something. You lost yourself in something, but whatever it was or whatever it is, I feel like you're about to experience a major transformation, which is essentially a major homecoming for you. And there's no need for you to feel guilty or ashamed or anything like that. Like, you're going to know, like, this is something is, I don't know. But the last card that you have, it says, I am authentic. I don't feel like, again, like there's nothing for you to feel guilty or ashamed of. I feel like, it's almost like, someone has a bag and it's like you're going all around the world and you're collecting, like you're putting things in this bag, like you are obtaining some type of knowledge that is only going to help improve you, to help you in your transformation. So I feel like you're going to come back home to yourself. You're going to transform, but even better, like it's you 2.0. It's you, but even better. And that's kind of the whole point. So, I mean, I don't know. I hope that this makes sense, you guys. This one felt really, it feels really deep. It feels really deep. Am I missing something? Hold on, you guys. Am I missing something? Okay, I'm getting a no. Image 3, are they missing something? No. Okay, so we're just gonna leave it there. I hope that these messages were helpful. Thanks for watching. I love you and have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now.